Are you the kind of person that loves to propagate? You've got a propagation bin and you are always taking cuttings and putting them in your propagation bins. Are you also the kind of person, much like me and a lot of other people, where you forget what's in your propagation bin? Shall we dive into mine? Hi, my name is Memo. This is my channel, Houseplantygoodness, and essentially it's a place where I like to geek out about my big passion. You might be able to see it behind me, it's tropical houseplants. So yes, you know when I start with a nervous laugh that it's going to be an interesting video. So first off, credit where credit is due. This is one of your lovely suggestions from the comments. I had an amazing viewer who kind of made the suggestion of kind of going, maybe do a video of kind of opening up Propagation Box, especially if like you've got one and you keep forgetting about it and you've got loads in there, just to see if you can kind of see what's happening. I think it was something along those lines. And I thought, you know what? This is going to be a great opportunity because this week the two videos are kind of connected. So this should be the first video that you see, which is going to be me going through my prop box and what I'm going to find in there. And then the follow-up video the same week is going to be me doing a big repot with me with your kind of questions, and I'm going to give you some answers on that. And obviously the repot that I'm going to be doing is from plants that I'm going to be taking from my propagation box. So see how they're connected. But yes, for both of these videos, I'm going to scoot you down. I'm going to have all the unflattering angles down below so we can kind of look at things together. Please ignore switched off grow lights, but like if this was on, you wouldn't be able to see me. Anyway, sorry. Stay on topic, Memo. Let me scoot you further down and let's dive into the madness that is my propagation box, and I'm gonna try to remember what's in there. Okay, let's go. And we're doing warts and all from the off. This is how messy the top of my propagation box is. All right, let me talk you through what I have attempted to do over the period of time that I've been shoving things in here. Because let's be real, I've just been shoving things in here. So I've tried to put anything that had labels, I've tried to put the labels on top of it just to at least give me some heads up as to what the hell might be in this propagation box. So there's a label for an Anthurium flavolineatum which had kind of rotted away. And I think I've got an unboxing of that one and I'll kind of put it at the top. This was such a shame because I really love this plant. I don't think we're going to see that in here. I think that's rotted away to mush. Then the Philodendron Spiritus Sancti that basically gave up the ghost. So that should be in here. I don't know whether or not anything has happened to it. By the way, just to clarify, above this propagation box, how messy it is a grow light permanently on, or it goes on a timer as well. What other labels on here? So Anthurium magnificum crossed with luxuriance. That I do have, and that I used in the recent unboxing. So I did find this. I need to put that plant label back on it, and it's doing okay, actually. So what else? And then we've got the Anthurium argyrostachium, which was, I think, the same unboxing as the flavolineatum. That one also. This one died really quickly. This one kind of like perished really quickly. And I doubt that that's going to come in here. On top of this was something that... sorry, I know this is slightly not directly related to plants, but it is for this space, basically. This is kind of how I manage my space in the summer. So what this is one of those smart... There's something that's missing. This fell off one of the windows. So it's one of those things where it sets an alarm. It's like a smart device that kind of pings your phone if somebody's tried to break into a window. There's something else that's attached to the window, and this is on the pillar next to the window. I don't know how else to describe it. And it's less for security in here, and it's more in the summer. If I've got windows open, I've got it to be, because it's a smart device, I've got it to kind of tell me if it's past this time and this is still open, to send me a notification to say, "Oi, idiot, you forgot to close the window before you go to bed." And then you might have an issue with like burglars breaking in. Although good luck trying to get into any of the windows with this many plants in front of them. So yeah, randomly enough. But yes, without further ado, let's see what's in the propagation box. It's looking healthier than I thought it was going to look. Let's put it that way. So let me give you a quick glance as to what we're going to be looking at. So hopefully that will focus. The level of like what's happened with the moss is insane. This was a very thin layer of moss, but I've got very much living moss in here. So let's see what's in here and let me see if I can decipher things. Some of the stuff that's really, really, really easy to decipher, and this is going to be a pain to try to get out. You should be able to see that on screen because, again, no, it's got some roots on it that should survive. So first little discovery is a relatively established Begonia amphioxus. So I'll put that to the side. I've got quite a few. Well, I've got one more cutting of a Begonia amphioxus somewhere. So I'm going to keep that in here. But this is a problem, especially with something like Begonia that has got very, very fine roots. The moment that I try to pull it out of here, they all like snap. I've just heard more snapping. So you might be able to see if it will focus some of the tiny hair-like roots that are there. But what I might do with this is chop it up and propagate it, not propagate it, put it in a box at different sections, if that makes sense, and then hopefully it will root out. But this is doing really, really well. Begonias always do well for me in propagation boxes. Now, what else? What is this? Oh, okay, fine. I know what that is. What is that? This. Oh, we've got an anthurium. I'm uncovering an anthurium and I'm trying to move all of the moss without destroying things, because I've also got really like fine plants in here. I think I know what this is, and I am so glad that this has rooted, even though, look at that entire thing. So this is the entire thing. It has got one single growth point there, and it's got one root there, which I might do. But what this is, and it's a shame, I might chop that. Let's see, I might chop it now. And I'll leave the rest of it in here because it might still root. Nothing else has rotted on this. This, if I am not mistaken, is my original anthurium. Why am I forgetting it? It's down there. I've got a new one. Anthurium. Hold on. Can't believe how I forgot that. Anthurium erythimoides, and it's actually got a little secondary growth point at the back there as well. So what I'm going to do is, because there's only one root there, it got a leaf out, I'm going to just chop it there. So let me do that now. I need to make sure I don't like get too many things out, because where I'm going to put these things, I don't know. But right, let's chop there. Okay, and chop there as well. So the rest of this I will leave in here to see if any more of that was going to root out. But yay to successful anthurium propagation. Let's see. So I'll put that there as well. See what else is in here. So what is this? This is what happens. Okay, some of these roots have like rotted away. I don't know what this is. This has got variegation on it. What did I put in here with variegation? Which is a runner as well. It looks like a runner. Oh, is it? I think that is a variegated Monstera adansonii. There's a, what's it called? Because I got rid of my original one because it wasn't doing too well. There's one root there, two roots here. There is some root rot on here. So you can see there's some root rot that's happened there, and I'll take that off now so I don't have to deal with it later. and there as well. But there's a semi-healthy root here and here. So again, this might be one that gets placed down like that. But interesting, interesting. Yeah, Anthurium adansonii variegated, I think, with this one. All right, I'm going to go crazy with everything that has worked. It's quite interesting because I didn't think that all of these things were going to survive. There's another variegated-y thing here. What is this? This has got some roots, I think. Is that roots or is that more leaves? So this one doesn't have any real roots on it just yet, although it has brought out a leaf. I don't know what that one is because it's highly variegated. It's not focusing. There we go. That should have focused there. I don't know what that is. I'm going to leave it in there. It's very white with just the, I don't know. So I'm going to leave that in and hopefully that will give me something. What is this? Oh, there's more of the same one, I think. Just the leaves were stuck in the moss. Trying to not kill the leaves off. Yes, I think I was right about all of these based on this leaf here. And again, this doesn't really have any roots yet. That is a variegated Monstera adansonii. So that's probably what all of these things are. Now, this is interesting because I think I know what this one is. This one I only just recently put in, so I'm not going to take it out just yet, although it does have a root. So that has a little root there. This is Philodendron White Wizard because I chopped mine and propped it back. There's more of that adansonii. It is everywhere. It's like a disease. So much moss in here. So much moss in here. I'm trying to see if there's anything underneath it. So let's take some of the rotted stuff out. So I'm assuming that entirely rotted section there, which is mush at this point. This is the flavolineatum, I think. So I'm going to get rid of that in a bit. There's other things on here as well, which I don't necessarily want to get rid of or propagate out just yet because I've already got other propagations which we potted up last time during a repot. So I don't need another one just yet and I want to have a spare. So, but I'll take it out enough so I can show you without destroying too many roots. So this, if I'm not mistaken, is a Syngonium red spot. And again, as per always with the red spot, even the one that I've taken out and planted, it's not doing great. So I think if this one dies off, I might just get rid of those props as well and just go, you know what, I can't deal with you. Or what I might do, if I'm not that fussed about that plant anymore, I might put it in with Spike, the crested gecko that I have. Because the reason why I don't put some of these more unique plants in with him is because he's heavy and he falls down on things all the time. He's going to squish them. But if it's stuff that I know will do well in things like this, but not in my space, and it definitely needs a terrarium, then I'll put it in there with him and then see how it goes. So this, if I'm not mistaken, and this was buried, like none of these leaves are really getting too much light. Kids out there don't propagate like me. This is not the right way of doing it. It's a lazy way of doing it. Lazy, lazy, lazy. What is happening here? Okay, that can stay there, that can stay there. So I don't know where that's come from, but this is a Monstera obliqua Peru, which has done well, and that was a runner. So that eventually did kind of do something with its life. And this is another runner of the Monstera obliqua Peru. It's very much attached. I don't need another one. I've already got like 2 mother plants and one of the propagations I've potted up and it's kind of surviving, so that can stay in there. There's more obliqua Peru from runners. You can tell plants that had loads of runners because there's loads of them. There's another red spot, I think, in here, which is not getting an awful lot of light. Hopefully the microphone is doing okay because I'm very aware that the microphone is right underneath me. Let's have a look. Oh. Yellow leaf, and that's from an anthurium of some variety. Let's have a look at what anthurium it is. I'm more impressed that this whole thing does not smell of rot. So, well, this one's highly rooted in, I think, or it's just attached to everything. Don't do this. This is why you don't do this. Because it goes everywhere and then you end up, I've heard so many roots snapping, it's not even funny. And I know there's probably a lot of you that are either screaming at your screen or cringing at it at the moment, and I do apologize. But this one is doing okay. This I might pot up, actually. I might fast forward this bit so you don't have to see me struggle with a whole bunch of moss. So whilst I do that. Okay, I think that's about as good as I'm going to get this without destroying secondary roots. I think this is an Anthera magnificum. I might be wrong, but like it's got decent roots though. Like look at the plant, look at the plant. It's doing okay. It's on this bit of yellowy leaf, but it wasn't getting much great light, so that will get potted up. I'm going to put all of these things. There is something in here that is growing like a weed, which I really should pot up, but I just don't. I don't know if I can bring myself to like dealing with it at the moment. And I cannot for the love of money remember what it's called. It's something pulchra. And I might do one. Or maybe there's a few more. Let's just do like a full pot of this actually. And let's get it out of here because it's shading out other things. The roots are so thin on this. I should have like done something better than just shoving it into moss, but lazy. So something pulchra, I can't remember now. If I remember, I'll put it up on the screen. So that's one cutting from that. There are more. There are so many more of that in here. And that was good because I quite enjoyed that plant. That was a plant that I got from a swap, from the first ever London plant swap from Not Another, is it Not Another Plant Swap? Yeah, anybody who went to that this year in London just recently, please be aware that I did want to be there this year, but I think annoyingly from where I'm based, there is one train line that will come down to London and it's still like a 2-hour journey on the train, which is not that bad. But they have been doing works on that train line for the last 3 years, which apparently means that they never have any trains running ever on the weekend. And they were reintroducing some journeys, except for the Sunday when the plant swap was happening. And they're just like, but it's okay. You can use a replacement bus, or if you're in the UK, you can use the mega bus. And I'm just like, the 2-hour journey becomes a 7-hour journey. And I did that last time, and yeah, that was miserable. I'm not doing that again in a hurry. So do know that I wanted to be there, but I just didn't. I couldn't face 5 to 7 hours each way on the bus to get down. So hopefully by the next time it happens, if the trains are working, I will be there. So yes, another one bit of those. Oh, there is so much of this in here. There is so much of this in here. Oh, so much of it in here. So much. Right, I'm not going to be able to take this all out because reasons. I can get it just chopped up a bit. Let's get rid of some of this moss. It's not too bad. Renee, this was a good idea. I think it was Renee that suggested this as a video. This was a good idea. I don't know if I'd consider this a good idea in about a month's time when I've got so much more plants to water, but you know, we live, we learn. That's about as good as that's going to get. Oh, there we go, that's fine. Okay, is there anything else I can bring out of here? I do want to take this out, but I'm worried about that one because I don't have a backup. There is more Amphioxus begonia. There is another one, two. This is another runner from an Oblique Peru. I've got so many Perus now, it's not even funny. Can we all take a moment to remember the days where it was so difficult to get this plant and now everybody and their mother have got it? I've come to enjoy it more. I know I was struggling with that, and I think I've done a review and I'll kind of link it somewhere on the screen so you can kind of see the review if you're really curious. Oh, I've snapped so many roots just by like rummaging around, but I need to rummage around because I need to see if there's anything else down here. Because a lot of the times I find anthuriums will hide under things. Hello, anthuriums? What is this? What is that? Is that another obliqua? That's another obliqua. And you might be wondering, I've just realized now why it's not doing as badly as I thought it was going to be. I'd put a layer of pon at the very bottom. So even if there's water, excess water. By the way, to clarify, I have not watered this propagation box about 6 months now, minimum, if not more. I don't know what these weeds are, because these look like weeds. This look like little mini onions. I'll get rid of those. That's definitely not a house plant. But I think we might be good. Do I take this out? And the longer I leave this in, the longer it's going to be harder to take it out. I really don't want to destroy this because this is the only bit of this plant that I've got left. There is a tiny bit coming back on its mother plant. Ooh, this has rooted well. Whoa. Oh no. How many roots did I just kill now? Do I need to put you back in? Oh, I think all of the roots. Maybe, hold on. So for the eagle-eyed, this is the begonia melanobulata, which had died back almost entirely this year for me. So I shoved a little piece of it in here, hoping it was going to root out, and I think it has. It's grown, like, keep in mind, there was like one leaf when this went in, or 2 leaves. These 2 leaves were the original leaves. Everything else on top of that is new. Where are the roots of this? If I just destroyed all of the roots, or is it like super fine? So that entire plant has only got these roots. I am tempted to put this back in. And I might actually get rid of some of these older leaves. I might leave the leaves in, just because sometimes anybody who knows begonias, they can root out from the leaves as well. And I'll leave this in because this worries me too much when it's like this. I'll kind of bury it in a bit better this time around. But I think I'm going to call it a day. I think I'm going to call it a day and leave it there. And whatever's out is out. Whatever's in will just go back in. I don't think there is anything else. I was quite chuffed with the erisomoides, I have to say. Oh, no, what is this? Sorry. Bear with me. What did I... Oh, wow. So there's a little pot of soil in here with something growing in it. I don't think that was what was originally in it, but something else is growing in it, but that's fine. Right, enough. Memo, stop getting distracted. I will leave it there for now. And the lid will go back on for these. But, ooh. And everything's going to get squished the same way that it was squished before. And I might put... No, I'm not going to put all of the labels back in because we know for a fact there's one that didn't make it, which was... I don't think the Spiritus Sancti made it, but I'll leave it in there just on the off chance. Argyrostachium definitely did not make it. The Magnificum will go into its own labeled thing, and then the Flavolineatum I did not find, but I'll leave it on there. But yes, I think that is everything from this box. The other box I'm not going to show you because essentially there were 2 plants originally in there. They're still the same 2 plants. It's got a huge amount of Begonia brevirimosa, but my big mother plant that was the 3rd or 4th propagation from that original mother plant that keeps coming out of that box is doing well. I don't need any more of it. And the other one is the Hoya. Ooh, the large leaf one. I'll put the name somewhere at the top. That one is doing really well. It's rooting. It's kind of got loads of new leaves. That was the one that we repotted last time. It's done stonking well. But yes, I think that's everything for now. So, what did you think? Did any of the stuff surprise you that like was in the propagation box? And I know there was too many things that like I couldn't necessarily remember, but I know that's half of the fun. Maybe learn from me, not that most people do, because we all do the same thing. Maybe learn from me and don't do the same thing. Or maybe if you're going to put things in propagation bins, find a way of labeling them. I did see somewhere, I think it was Harley G that did this, I think. Credit to her if it was her. Where instead of just having the damn sphagnum moss at the bottom of the box and just shoving everything in it, she has little kind of containers with sphagnum moss within a propagation box, and then at least things are together and you don't get the mixing and muddling of the roots over everything, including the moss. But, you know, am I going to learn from this? I don't know. Probably not. But it's just easy to just throw things into the propagation box. I'm all about making my life easy in the short run, because as you saw in the long run, it didn't pay off as well. But anyway, let me know if any of that surprised me. Surprised you, not me. It all surprised me. But let me know if it surprised you, and let me know what's in your propagation box. Well, there we go. There's a challenge for this video. Check your propagation words today, apparently. Propagation box. And maybe give me 1 or 2 names of things that you can identify in there that you know are propagating in there, and let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed. Hopefully I shall see you here soon. And I truly, truly hope that you have a great rest of your day. Thanks. Bye.